Wikiwin Training Center will allow year-round building and apprentice our youth. Wikiwin Indigenous youth with experts and researchers are transforming housing and education in our Cree homelands. Northern Manitoba is rising up to resolve the colonial housing crisis. Indigenous youth from all communities up north unite, innovate, and design to build sufficient quality homes on native land. Community-led applied education and research is building a workforce for a better future at York Landing and the upcoming Pacifico Urban Reserve.
And I even went to work for ULM to develop I'd say a curriculum for res seal. I had to show them literally how to build a house. So what we did was we had a class in the morning, and whatever we worked on, say foundation and footings, we'd have a class on that, and then we'd go out and do it. That's how they learned, and that's how they retained all the information. They didn't learn by theory, they learned by showing them how to do it. I think the U of M has put in a lot of work and time and effort to make this a reality for us, and we hope that they can make a bigger change for us when the Pacifico project starts and actually bring the university to us up north so we can train for those engineering and all the higher professional jobs out there.
And wherever. Right now I'm in the Home Builders program. I recently started this course with the University of Manitoba, and so far it seems like it's a fun experience, and I'm really excited to continue this and see what I can learn.
My name is Lucas from York Landing. I'm in the Home Builders program. It's fun, learn about the environment and building a house. Just doing framing and just doing the tie-back and the siding, roofing, all that. Yeah, it's a neat design. Never worked with it before.
It has a neat design where there's about, I think, 3 feet of space between both roofs. So when the sun's rising, you'll have a nice array of natural sunlight going to your house right in the living room and your kitchen. The north side doesn't have any windows, but every other side does. And it has a great view from the tree line to the lake to the rest of the community.
These helical piles compared to concrete foundations reduce cost, time, and risks from melting permafrost and muskeg.
Now the differences are a little less obviously in the beginning of the freezing season and in the end, but you see that in midwinter, where you had spikes over 30 years, it went really down low. Those spikes are going up now. So there's actually quite a difference between the early, or let's say 50s to 80s and 90s to 2020.
So one ground guy checks out the measurement and makes sure it's going down. The second ground guy checks for the pressure. It must not be over 1,500 psi.
So it was a great opportunity to work with Dr. Thompson and Chief Wastesekut in Wasagama and Gardenu. And this program graduated 70 youths with different certificates in carpentry, forestry, sawmilling. After evaluating the comments, the response from the students from the program, it showed that there was a need to upscale this kind of program across different indigenous communities. We started with York Factory First Nation, joining the Wikiwin partnership.
This works. This really works. I hope to see it in a lot more communities, even down south. Our First Nations are struggling with a lot of things: education, health, infrastructure, everything, basically. Nobody comes to our communities because a lot of us don't want to leave. So we have to look at different ways to educate our people. And one of the ways that we're doing programs with Shirley Thompson.
What do you need here for your kids to stay here?
Better education.
Grade 12. Yeah, grade 12. They only go up to grade 10 here, I think?
10 or 9. Some places 9.
Yeah.
Would you like to see apprenticeship for them?
Yeah.
So this is the workshop, and some things you have to consider in your design is, do you want access to the outside? Like if you were living here, would you want to go through the workshop every time you wanted to go out? Or would you want direct access outside, right? So that's some of the things to think about. We have Macy Behrens, and she's in the architect program for interior design. So she's working with computer-aided design. Take these secans, which is here and here. So this is 2, and this is another 2. We're getting 4 altogether. So far 2 have arrived, right? You've seen them.
This winter, we will design and build the apprenticeship-level Wikiwin workshop to train Indigenous youth from many northern communities and build houses all year round. Wikiwin will house the many homeless and underhoused students in a family dormitory. Some students have 6 children and need support and a home, whether from York Factory First Nation or other northern communities. The residents will include an innovation classroom, computer room, commercial kitchen, and circle room, with an elder in residence supervising. Also in Phase 1, we will evaluate the 1-bedroom prototype to improve future designs. In the spring, Phase 2 will start by designing prototypes, 3 and 4 bedroom homes with local resources and U of M partners who have researched appropriate materials and designs. Students and apprentices with expert tradespeople supervising will build these prototypes. By the 3rd phase, we've learned so much. We can design and build an improved 2-bedroom prototype targeting net zero energy and mainly local materials. This 3rd phase will train enough highly skilled tradespeople to fully realize the potential of Pacifico.
And it's about Pacifico development. This development represents $279 million of mixed-use development. There will be 384 units for housing, different types of housing. There will be a hotel conference center, government institution buildings. There will be commercial space. The total land mass is 89.3 acres.
There is hope, and we will. Pacifico. That means right. Thank you.